Yeah, well, and the question was how to abolish the capital controls. And some people say we should just abolish them. And then that basically means reinstating the most destructive monetary policy that any country has had, maybe with the exception of Zimbabwe, for the last 2 decades. And I'm not sure who wants that. The other solution, like I mentioned, is quite possible. When Mr. Wolf was mentioning that who does actually measure their economy in another currency, not the currency they actually consume in, Icelanders actually consume in many currencies. The import sector here is around 40% of GDP. We're heavy exporters to basically pay for imports. So a lot of our basically consumption is in international currencies. If you look at what happened in Iceland, we not only had an external devaluation by the krona basically collapsing, we also had an internal devaluation because real disposable income for households has collapsed by 25%. And 25% is not just something, it's a lot. And to add to that, most households had debt in other currencies than the ISK. They had debt in CPI-linked mortgages, which more or less behave, like I mentioned before, because of the export-import factor and price levels here. They were affected massively by the devaluation. And then they had debt in foreign currency. So not only did their income cut by 25%, but their debt went up by anywhere from 50 to 100%. So it was the worst of both worlds. If we then again look at what would have happened if we had had a proper currency, of course the boom had not been as big and the bust would have been much less. So we would have had a much more stable economic cycle. And that of course most people would like.